Quantum Potential School, elevating your vibration and expanding your consciousness with practical tools from your host, Linda Sevilla.
Hi, and thanks for joining me again at Quantum Potential School. This is lesson number 3, and today I'm going to give you 3 simple tools to raise your energetic vibration. We'll be exploring more tools later on in the course, but I've been emphasizing how important it is to raise our own vibration and keep it high, particularly when the world is struggling so much. So I wanted to give you some easy things that you could do so that you've got some tools while we move further into the material. So let's dive right in. All right, the first one is deep breathing. Now, this seems obvious, but a lot of people do not breathe correctly. How we breathe is directly related to how we feel. See, our nervous system doesn't know what's going on out there in the world. It relies on certain cues to know what to turn on and what to turn off. When we're calm or relaxed, we breathe deeply. When we're nervous or excited, we breathe more shallowly. And so, by breathing deeply intentionally, you kind of trick your nervous system to turn on the parasympathetic part of your nervous system. In other words, your nervous system says, "Oh, you're breathing deeply. I guess you're safe because you wouldn't be breathing deeply if you were running from a predator." And so this helps to reduce stress and promote relaxation. And it also helps to shift you away from your reactive part of your mind to your clear thinking part of your mind. When we breathe deeply, there's more oxygen to the brain, which means your mind is more sharp and clear and focused, and it also improves your emotional well being overall. And so let's talk about how to do it. First, get into a comfortable position. You can either sit upright with your back straight or you can lay on the floor. Now, if you're new to practicing breathing correctly, I suggest laying down with a heavy book on your stomach. Often, when we're breathing in correctly, we're breathing up in the top portion of our lungs. The idea is to breathe down into our belly. If you put a book on your tummy, you'll be able to feel and see if that book is raising up and down. That's what we're aiming for, that we're breathing down deep into our belly. And so you can also place one hand on your chest and the other one on your abdomen to kind of sense what's going on there as well. Then you're going to just close your eyes and relax your body a little bit. Just see if you can let go of any tension, particularly in your shoulders, your neck, your back, the places where people tend to carry tension. Then you're going to slowly inhale through your nose, allowing again your tummy to rise, filling your lower lungs first, then your middle, and then your upper lungs. Your hand on your abdomen or that book should rise more than the hand on your chest. So again, we're aiming for the belly to come up more than the upper chest. Once you've taken a breath in, you're going to hold your breath for a little while. Don't force it, don't make it uncomfortable. Usually, a count of 3 is a good starting point, although you can work up to holding it a little bit longer as long as it's comfortable for you. Then you're going to exhale slowly and fully through your mouth or nose, whichever feels more comfortable, doesn't really matter. And as you exhale, practice relaxing your body even more. And so, as you're exhaling, your hand on your abdomen should move in as you exhale, helping you to expel the air. And then you're just going to repeat that pattern of slow breathing for several minutes, focusing on the rise and fall of your abdomen and the sensation of relaxation with each exhale. Now, as you're doing this, try to clear your mind and simply focus on the act of breathing. This is not the time to think about your bills, your relationship, all the stuff you need to do around your house. This is all about feeling calmer, raising your energetic vibration, and so stay focused on the experience of breathing itself. Now, those of you in the inner circle are going to get a special guided meditation to help you breathe correctly, as well as some different types of breathing activities that are useful for different purposes. And so come and join us in the inner circle if you're not already a part of it. Now, the next tool is expressing gratitude. This works on a number of different levels. First off, it shifts your focus away from what you lack, what isn't working, what sucks about the world, to what's going well, what you appreciate, what you enjoy, what you find beautiful. And this, of course, raises your energetic vibration, but also helps you to cultivate an abundance mindset. Now, the reason this is important is we have a portion of our brain called the reticular activating system. Its job is to see whatever is in our consciousness out there in the world. If you've ever played a game of I Spy, you have felt that part of your brain doing its job. When somebody tells you, look for the color red in a game of I Spy, that color starts popping out at you. But while you're noticing red, you're not noticing green, yellow, pink, blue. You're only noticing the color that is in your consciousness, the color you're looking for. Now, this is true as well when it comes to how we perceive the world overall. If we're constantly being bombarded with messages that the world sucks, the world is unsafe, there's lack all around us, and that's what's in your consciousness, then that's what you're going to notice out there in the world. If there is an instance of abundance or happiness or joy, you won't even notice. There's something called cognitive filtering, where we will filter out information that doesn't match what it is we're looking for. And so there's this vicious cycle that happens. We get messages that the world is unsafe or the world sucks or terrible things are happening in the world. Our reticular activating system starts looking for all of the terrible things in the world, and we cognitively filter out all of the good things. And so this conditions your mind to look for something different. We have neural pathways in our brain. If you're used to thinking negatively, worrying about things, focusing on what's going poorly in the world, you have a well grooved neural pathway for thinking that way. But when we introduce a new way of thinking, you start looking for things to be grateful for, things to appreciate. You're actually developing and then strengthening a new neural pathway. And if you practice enough, that new neural pathway becomes stronger, more well developed than the initial one was, meaning you now have a new default. You now have a default of thinking more positively. All right, so how do we do gratitude? Well, I'm going to give you some different ideas here. One is to sit and reflect on things that you're grateful for. They can be big or small. It could be some achievement that you've had or some experience you had the opportunity to enjoy. It could be a person in your life. It could be something as simple as waking up that day, having enough food in your fridge, having clean water to drink, whatever it is, large or small. Now, as you think of each thing, the real crux here of doing this is to get into the feeling of gratitude. Notice where you feel that feeling in your body. Notice the emotions it brings up. Notice the thoughts that come to mind. If you're just making a list of things that you're grateful for without tapping into the feeling, you might as well just be writing a grocery list for all the good that it's going to do to your energetic vibration. If you find it helpful, you can write down the things that you're grateful for in a journal or keep an ongoing gratitude list. It's a nice reminder when you're having a low energy day, a low vibe day, of all the good in your life. You can go back and review that list later. I also suggest that if your gratitude involves another person, consider expressing your gratitude to them. You might message them, call them, show up their house and deliver a gratitude letter. Not only does giving somebody an expression of gratitude lift your energetic vibration, it also benefits them in the same way as well. Now, you might also take some time just over the course of a day to really experience and enjoy whatever it is you're doing. When you're in the shower, don't just think about what you have to do when you get to work that day. Smell the soap. Notice what it feels like to have the water course over your body. When you're having a delicious meal, don't just wolf it down in front of the TV and not even pay attention. Really savor it. Enjoy how it looks on the plate. Plate it nicely for yourself. Enjoy the feeling of it in your mouth. Take time with your food to really appreciate it. If you're having a conversation with somebody, really focus on that person and appreciate that person being in your life. Don't be half thinking about what you need to do later, what you're going to say next, checking your phone. And so, taking time in the moment to really be with whatever it is we're doing is also a way to heighten your vibration. Now, consistency is key. This is something that you need to do over and over. If you practice something once, it doesn't establish that new neural pathway. We have to do it again and again and again. And before you know it, you'll recognize that gratitude is just coming more naturally for you. That's when you know that that new neural pathway has been fully formed. Now, my last simple tool for you today is connecting with nature. It has been scientifically proven that being around green and blue that are present in nature is calming to our nervous system. And so, nature has a grounding effect, which helps to reduce feelings of stress and anger, anxiety, and fear, while also increasing pleasant feelings. Being in nature also helps to reset our biological rhythms and our natural energy cycles. And the peaceful and restorative environment of nature promotes a sense of harmony and balance. All of this can raise your energetic vibration. Now, I hope you enjoyed this lesson, and I'd love to hear how you incorporate these tools into your day to day life. Next time, we're going to talk about other considerations when it comes to raising and keeping high your energetic vibration. Until then, have a great week.
Thanks so much for watching. Catch a new free video every Friday and level up your consciousness. Have a high vibing week.